guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about what is the best weight plate for the home gym. If you had to pick one style of plate, which one should you go with? So in my opinion, the best type of weight plate for a home gym, if you have to pick one, is, and it's no surprise because it's on the rack there and the others aren't, it's the Tri-Grip weight plate. Now, it's definitely not the most popular. Most people like going for a cast iron plate or bumper plates, but I think that the Tri-Grips are best, and this is why. First of all, it cost. So typically, Tri-Grip weight plates or quad grips, doesn't really matter, just the grip style weight plates, typically they're cheaper than other style of plates. So they don't come at a sort of premium cost. Most brands will have some sort of version of a Tri-Grip weight plate, and you can get a generic style as the cheapest style, or you can go and get a specific grip weight plate like the quad grip weight plates from NC Fitness, or if you're over in America, you can get the like 6 shooters from Rogue or something like that. So why are the grip style weight plates the best? So for the most part, it's about ease of use. The grip lends itself to being unloaded and loaded onto bars and machines, especially plate-loaded machines, which typically are quite present in home gyms. As well as anything else you're doing, you can almost always use a grip-style weight plate easier than you can use a different style of weight plate, such as a bumper plate especially, or even a cast iron plate. So they're easier to put on and off bars, storage, machines, you name it, they're easier to use. Every now and again, if the weight is the right weight for an exercise, you can just hold on to the plate itself, and you can do this with any style of plate, but it's the easiest to do it with these because they have the handles. So if you want to do front raises, you can just grab a 10 kilo plate, a 20 kilo plate. It's got the handles, it's good to go. I did Y raises for a while for my shoulders, and I just did them with a 5 kilo Tri-Grip weight plate. So they're by far the easiest to use. Another thing that the grip style weight plate, especially the Tri-Grip style, has over the others is the availability. So almost every brand, almost every gym equipment shop has some sort of grip style weight plate. Whether it's these generic Tri-Grip styles that you see on the right there, or something specific like the NC Fitness plates I just showed you, or any other brand. Rep Fitness has one. Rogue has some, and you can either get them in like a rubber coated style, or you can get them in a cast iron style. So there's just available and there's variety. And that's not to say there isn't availability or variety with other brands, but almost every brand has some style of grip weight plate. Furthermore, these are very common in the used market. They're common in the new market, and so therefore they flow down and they're common in the used market. And because they're not as like cool, they don't have that cool factor that cast irons have, people sell them for pretty cheap. You can find these $2 a kilo on Facebook Marketplace really easily. You can't really find that with most other style of plate. So they're not perfect. No one is, no product is. One of the cons against a grip style weight plate is that for the most part, they are not a standard size. So, and by standard size, I mean, if you put them together with a bumper plate, they're typically a little bit smaller than a bumper plate. I will say though that the NC Fitness plates, I'm pretty sure the 20 kilo quad grip plates that NC Fitness sell are pretty well the same size as most bumpers or cast iron plates. The next con probably is if you get rubber coating ones, the rubber coating can split after a while. Now, I just want to point out that these ones here, these weight plates here, pretty well all of them, but especially the Tri-Grip ones, they are all used, and most of them are 4 or 5 years old, and they come from a commercial gym background. So not even a home gym, but a commercial gym. So they've been through a beating, and they still are pretty good. So for the most part, the rubber cracking is not something you have to worry about, especially if you're using them on rubber floor mats. So let's talk about cast iron plates for a second though. So they do have some pros about cast iron plates, and as you can see, I still use some, right? So cast iron plates, for the most part, they have that real cool factor. There's that clanging sound of the cast iron weight plates together when you're doing a heavy lift or loaded up heavy on a machine. It doesn't matter if it's the small little cast iron plates you saw on my squat rack there, or the 20 kilo plates on a barbell, doesn't matter. Whatever you're using them for, whatever size, they always sound cool when they're clanging together. They also have a gritty, old school aesthetic, particularly the deep dish ones. So a lot of people buy cast irons simply for that, the aesthetic and the sound and the feel, which I can totally understand. Now, the cast iron plates do have a grip on them. Technically, they're designed with a lip. You can see it around the edge of the plate. These ones have a pretty shit lip because it's actually angled in a way that makes your fingers slip off. But for the most part, most plates have sort of a 90-degree bend at the top of the diameter of the plate, and so it's an alright way to grip the plate. But it also leads me into the cons. They are not nearly as easy as a grip style weight plate to use. Okay, and with regards to picking them up, moving them around, they don't have that grip where you can get your fingers fully around an edge of a plate like you can with a grip style weight plate. Another thing I'd add about cast iron plates is they aren't always the same size. So this one on the left here, the Avanti, it's actually slightly too small. And I got this in sort of a package on Marketplace with a bunch of other plates of a similar size. And the sole reason the guy was selling them is because the cast iron plates, these ones, were not the same size as some other brands like Rogue. So don't get fooled into believing that every cast iron weight plate is the same size. So bumper plates, just because I mentioned them last, doesn't mean they don't have some pros. I think the pros of bumper plates are pretty obvious, but in case you don't know, they are often the most quiet because they are made of rubber or urethane. They don't clang against the ground like cast iron plates or even the grip weight plates do. They're thicker, so they disperse the weight in a greater surface area across the ground, which is oftentimes better for things like Olympic lifting, where you're smashing the barbell against the ground once you finish the lift, or just in general, if you're doing lots of deadlifts or whatever. The weight is dispersed in a greater area along the sleeve of the barbell, but also along the actual ground, and so they're better on the floors, but also they can be quieter depending on what you're doing. So some people with young kids like bumper plates because they still want to do deadlifts in the morning. I would say though that anytime you place a barbell on the ground, unless it's like really slowly and softly, you're going to make some noise. And even with crumb rubber bumper plates, the softer style of bumper plate, you're still going to make some noise. So it's just something to consider. That's their main pro. The other pro is that they're all the same size. So a 5 kilo, 10 kilo, 20 kilo should be the same size, as you can see here. The 10 kilo is actually bigger than the 20 kilo cast iron next to it. So that standardized size is also really good for people learning how to deadlift or learning how to do these lifts with light weight, and they don't have a 20 kilo plate on either side of the barbell yet. So that's just something you should keep in mind. I have lots of experience with this set of bumper plates. They were my first ever weight plates I ever had because I got them in a package, and I can tell you the grip and moving them from a cable machine to a leg extension machine or whatever is a pain in the ass. That is the con of bumper plates, is they don't have any way to grip onto them for the most part. Some brands do integrate a bit more of a lip, but they're a pain to move around compared to grip style plates or even cast irons. But there is always a good tool for the job, and they are certainly the right weight plate for a certain job, mostly surrounding Olympic lifts. That's what they're really designed for. So thanks for watching this video. I just wanted to discuss the pros and the cons of all the different style of weight plates that are on the market. If I had to buy one and stay with only one style, it would be the grip weight plates, typically the tri-grip weight plates. I don't think there's any secret there. I would say though that sometimes a single set of bumper plates, 20, 10 and a 5 kilo pair of bumper plates can be useful. So just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Check out the Instagram, check out some other videos, and I'll talk to you on the next one.